I really don't like going live when it's by myself. I feel like I'm too big on the screen. Welcome, guys. Pardon me. Sorry. Hidden's going to be a little late because he is launching Parb. I'm going to share this part of my screen just so it's not me in big form because I have no desire to be in big form. Let's do that. We'll do this. There we go. Not this chart does a whole lot right now because it's nighttime, so things are pretty flat. But we're going to talk some charting. We're going to talk, well, not charting. We're going to talk some trading. I am going to I'll hopefully have Austin here to talk a little bit about what he's doing. I've been trading with him for, welcome Benjamin. He's actually new. We were talking. He's watching his Sixers as well as coming to join us here. And yeah, I guess, sorry, I should do some comments there. Welcome, guys. We had some food chat beforehand. Welcome, Funny Turo. Hopefully we'll welcome Austin. I added his whole entire chat. Since I'm a mod in there, I can do that. So, and no, I wasn't late. I was here, but I know I wasn't live, which is, I guess, late still. But, yeah, this is a bigger discount. There we go. Go Sixers, and anytime, Turo. Well, we've already met, but I'll happily hang with you again if you want to come to the big town of Ottawa, or city of Ottawa. Good day, Crypto Experience. And your sis lives here. There you go. Whereabouts here? Anywhere near Ontario? I got to go out and actually see it. I know a lot of you guys know Monstros. I got to go out sometime. We talked about maybe doing a launch and doing a live together with various, pardon me, I got to tickle my throat. With various from Monstros, and maybe do like when he's doing the next launch or something, I'll head to Montreal. It's only like an hour and a bit away. So, and we'll do a live together. So. I should log in if it'll let me. So I did trade today and did well. And this, everything I do right now is all using stuff I've learned in Austin's group. So I think today we had some trades here. We're doing, I won't get into a lot of details. He explains it way better than I do, to be honest. So I try and leave him up to do that. I'm not as articulate with this stuff. I like it. I actually really love it, to be honest with you. I like the idea of trading. I like the power of trading. I like being able to kind of make my own money and not have to worry about kind of, I don't know, not have to worry about relying on somebody else. Obviously, depending on where you're trading and what type of system you're using or what type of service you're using, there's risks of brokers or other things like that. But in this case, we're using prop firm, like prop firms, but they're done for futures. And we're using things like Apex Trader, Top Step, things that have been around for years, longer than all the prop accounts that you hear about and all this kind of stuff. So there's a lot less risk of those kind of things. Now it just comes down to finding a trade style for you and stuff. And as you can see, little things come up when I'm trading, and I act on those potentially. I'm not going to act on these right now because although this is giving some bullish momentum towards the upside, because our volume is so low, as you can see by this down here, I don't have a lot of stuff on my charts, but this is actually supposed to be up there, but I'll play with that later. But as you can see, volume is obviously a lot lower than it is during the day when we're dealing with red bars and that kind of stuff. But things like this, we're kind of taking trades when signals come up, based on market structure, based on disbursement of the, like how far the pairs have gone during the day will decide whether we're only taking sells or longs or shorts or that kind of stuff. But like I said, I'd really prefer Austin here to go through this. And of course, I'm flying solo because Hidden is getting Parb set up, which is also launching today. So a big day today. For those of you, and please ask any questions to help direct where I'm going with this conversation. But near Toronto. Yeah, there's lots of places near Toronto. So, but yeah, if you found out, my sister actually is just near Toronto too. So I head down there quite often. Fire Hustle is down there too, who I'm managing, helping manage some stuff with her, and doing some things with her as well. So hopefully we're going to maybe go down and meet at some point in the future as we grow our stuff together. So Smiley Girl did a video with Monstro's YouTube. It was good. Oh, nice. I'll have to take a look at that. Because I know they've been trying to get some branding going with that. So, Can I benefit from AC trade signals during after hours? I'm hardly available to trade during the daytime. So the neat thing about the group is they've done a lot of diversification. So he's trying to find opportunities for everybody. And there's a guy named Bowie who trades the London market. I think they've got some things in the Asian. Theoretically, a lot of these things can work. Like I said, right now, I probably wouldn't necessarily use this one because like you see here, this one actually we're usually on the 2-minute chart for 1 minute for this one. So you can see, although there was bullish distribution here, you can see it never really pumped higher. So it'd be hard pressed to pull some value out of the market with these kind of volumes, but there might be assets that do move a little better. Tokyo or the Asian market opens right about now, and I know there's some people that trade gold at this time. Let's see what that's doing. Yeah, see, technically, you probably could have. And I think the gold, I'd have to double check. I haven't done gold yet. But for instance, this distribution right here, you would have actually been able to pull some value out of that, but you're risking it a little bit more again because of the volume. You can see this one didn't really play ball very well. So you'd have to back test it, which does take time, which we don't always all have. But in the group, you can come in for free. You don't have to join using the link that I provided in the description below. You can, yeah, not best for Asian. I've actually used to watch a guy who traded gold in the Asian market, and I mean, it's hard pressed for him to find any value, and it does take some time to do so. He was actually with Devious, Frank, what's his name? I'd know it. I'd have to go look it up, but he has dreads and stuff, but he does pull value out of the Asian market, but it is a harder one because there's not very much volume. I would think that GBP maybe, but again, Austin would be kind of a better answer for that. But you can, like during the day, you can make things very easy for yourself and run it off a phone. And you can have signals like what you saw pop up here to help you take trades potentially if you have everything kind of set up. But it would take some practice and some back testing to make sure you were comfortable with that kind of action and stuff. So yeah, unfortunately, Austin seems to be MIA, which is a little bit tough, but that's okay. I should add him maybe in here at Austin. Regardless, I'll have him on again either way. I am going to do a standalone video, hopefully with some stuff just to go through what we talk about. I'm going to try and take some live trades on camera to show people what we do. But as I said earlier today, my stuff's a little bit of a mess. So basically, these guys here, for instance, the Midnight Snap is a video that Austin has that's free, and it's using a tool. I can't see everything because I got things so messed up here. All right, let me do this. And let me go back to MNQ because this is where I've done a lot of my stuff is on here. And one of the indicators that is free is called the Midnight Snap. And what that does is it basically down here is a box that tells you how often and how quickly it hits. And as you can see, the price retracement to the midnight open, it's a 76% chance. And when you go into here into settings, you can see that this is between 7 o'clock in the morning and 10:15 during the day. So that's gives you a very high probability that's going to hit that. And what we end up doing, and we've kind of fine-tuned it and changed it a bit, but basically using that tool, sorry guys, my screens are not set up properly. Where is 8 o'clock? So at 8 o'clock, we start basically trading, which is right about here. Nope, here. And so as you can see, what happened here is we were looking for so this is the midnight value of the MNQ as of midnight Eastern Standard Time. So we're looking only for longs in the morning at 8 o'clock. So at 8 o'clock, we would have started looking for technically green wolves. There's other ways to analyze this. The green wolves are as an indicator that Austin's created that he uses in order to find momentum. And so again, he explains it much better in his videos. But in essence, what we would have been doing is taking any of these green wolves in this case. So this one here, we would have gotten in with a long there. So after that, at that candle close on the 1 minute chart, we would have taken a long. And what we're looking for, instead of waiting for it to hit all the way over here to the midnight open, we try and take smaller moves. So what we would do is we'd aim for 25 points, which, as you can see on here, that's what this is here. So 25 points. Our stop loss, because we're taking such small risk for the first entry, and we kind of do a dollar cost average, our stop loss is almost non-existent at first. So it might be funny because we're dealing with a negative risk reward. Funny, Tyrrell, there's stuff in the Discord for that, and it's really based on investors only. So I don't know if it adds value to people who are not invested in it. So I'd more keep to the Discord for updates on that. But basically, yeah, something's happened. They are using the miners, which luckily they've invested in miners with their income, and now they're using those miners to pay people back. Unfortunately, it will be a little bit of a longer road at first, but we have some plans, and we are in talks with them to try and create some faster momentum towards that. Hopefully is the idea. Here I am messing up my chart completely. I got my volume all of a sudden it's gone up here. I'm just going to delete that and move that down. All right, I'll play with that after. No worries. Funny, Turo. I just noticed it and I thought I'd answer it. So for instance, we were looking for 25 points. So as you can see, we wouldn't have hit that before the next disbursement. Now, because this disbursement went so far into the green, we would have been up. We oftentimes, and I choose to play this same way. Hey, Block. I would not take that entry because we're already in the positive and I might as well run it. So in this case, we would have had what we call the base hit, and we would have gotten 25 points out of the market by taking this trade in the morning. Again, you could have added to your position, and in this case, you would have still probably hit because your average entry point would have moved somewhere in between there, and then you would have still gotten your 25 points with a second entry. And in essence, what you're doing here when you create these, so with 1 unit entry, you're making $50. That may not sound like a lot, but there's a bunch of different things that we do. And sometimes we're taking maybe, and Austin does it with like 5 or 6 accounts or 3 accounts he'll play with that are 25,000 each. And if you get $50 on 3 to 6 accounts, if you're taking that one trade on each account, if it's 6 accounts, there's $300, right? So you can strategically set yourself up for some pretty decent rewards just on one trade. And we can keep taking these all day long. Different versions of them that we do. Once we finish this one, we would go into what's called our distro move. And I don't know how to use that indicator as well yet. So I don't want to look like a fool showing you guys. But in essence, we'd be taking a position and only looking for 10 points. So as you can see, I got 10 points here. And we could take longs and shorts in that case. But for instance, this candle would close. We would then create a buy there. And as you can see, we would have hit our 10 points. And in this case, it would have been only a $20 hit. But the nice thing, again, if you do these continuously and you're doing them on multiple accounts, your risk is very low because you don't want to get into very big drawdown. And your wins add up quite quickly. If, again, you're taking $20 on 6 accounts, that's $120. And you're playing with 25,000 of not your own capital. So again, you're mitigating risk. And you just have to be cautious that you don't go too hard into drawdown. And basically when we're running these, we're running them with a max drawdown of usually $750 in this case. And how that works is as I'm taking new entries, and as you can see, there's a little chart down here. So my first entry would be 1 contract. My second one would be 1 contract again. So a total of 2. And then I would take 2 contracts. You might think this kind of looks like a martingale, but it's not really, because you're only adding another 1 contract each time. So and then until you kind of get maxed out, sort of thing. And the nice thing is every time you add a contract, you're adding $50 to your potential win. So we actually enjoy drawdown. Like when you start seeing this happen, it's not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you get another green wolf, maybe down here, for instance. You're now able to take yourself into a position that would have only made you $50 once it hit your 25 points to a position that'll give you now $100. And we've had some that go all 7 DCAs in, and we're making like, for instance, if you have 10 contracts, that's $500, right? And you can win if you go all the way, and you can get like 750. So yeah. Any questions on that? I know it doesn't show you a whole lot. Really, the big thing is you can join the pack trading group for free. And I should post the Discord. My Discord locked up on me, but I'll open it back up and try and get that for you guys. You can join for free. You don't have to pay to be a member. It's obviously a lot of the value is in the back end, but there is a lot of at least learning tools and free input. Like you can use that Midnight Open tool, that Midnight Snap tool that he created. You can use it for any asset. You just want to back test it for yourself. And so you're giving yourself an opportunity to kind of learn some of the stuff for free, and maybe take some of those tools and give you an opportunity to earn off those tools and use them in assets you're already trading to give you more confluence. There's different ways that you can do that. And yes, they do. And it looks like John already answered that for you. But yes, Nathan, you're allowed to add to Top Step. You can add to Apex is the other one that we use. I'll be getting a couple of those accounts soon. And that's where I'll start possibly documenting my journey a little bit more and giving you guys some feedback as to how I'm actually doing. As I think I mentioned in one of my videos earlier today, I'm not funded yet on it. I have been funded before, and then I've screwed up. I mean, there's a lot of, and people try and deny that there's fundamentals like psychology involved in all of this. But there's 100% psychology in this, and there was a lot of learning I had to do for myself, and a lot of times where I'd gamble, maybe and put in trades that I shouldn't have, and didn't realize I was gambling, but I was doing things that were not part of the plan, which caused me to take an account and either go back on days of trading and go way too much into drawdown, or blow the accounts. So what's the best program for trading? Also, what's the best for trading in America? So software programs. So basically, I can trade with Top Step, and Top Step is it's been around, so there's no issues with it. Oh, look at who's here. Better late than never. I'll put you up. Good day, sir.
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Muted.
Can you hear me?
And all. Yeah, you're still muted. Technology's hard, for you.
Dude, what?
Since you can't talk to me now, I can now razz you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it says it's coming through.
Can't hear you. It's probably in your settings. Oh, what? You guys can hear him.
You guys can hear me?
Turn my volume up. Hi, guys. Are you there now?
Hello.
Hello. Yes, you're here now. Sorry, I turned it off because my beeps happen and stuff, and so I turned it off sometimes. I forgot. I'm used to having a co-star here already, so I didn't have to worry about it. Host fail. Yes, it's me.
Nah, guys, I threw them all off. It's my fault. It's all right.
So I'm drowning. You explain this way better than I do. I'm still learning how to explain this stuff because I am still new at all this, but I appreciate you getting here. How are you?
I am wonderful, man. How are you?
I'm good. So guys, if you guys don't know, this is Austin Clark. I guess we can go to this screen for a few moments, but so there's an echo. Is it that bad? Because I don't hear one on my end, and usually I don't have one, but
sound good to me.
Okay. So we were just playing around. I was showing a little bit of stuff, but as I said, I don't explain it as well as you do. But and maybe it's an echo on your end that you're causing it. Not too bad. Okay. Funny Churro says, because I don't hear an echo from you, but there we go. All right. How are you?
I'm great, man. Yeah, I do apologize, guys, for showing up a little late. I was running super behind this afternoon, and but no excuses. Justin knows I'm pretty prompt, like 90% of the time.
You are. So awesome. So I guess maybe because I know that a lot of people in the space know you, and I'm sure that most of the people here have some knowledge of who you are. But maybe we can start with a little intro for you, and then we'll go back to what I was kind of getting into a little bit with the gang, and you can explain it far better than I do. But yeah, if you want to start with who you are and maybe your fun crypto journey, whatever you want to get into to tell the folks at home.
Yeah, I'm Austin. So I've been trading for a little over 4 years now. I literally came from a very I would say lower middle class, upper poverty level lifestyle. When I was in high school, graduated, joined the military. Quickly found out in the military was not going to be for me. Just wasn't who I was. It wasn't anything to do with the military. So thought that it was going to be something that I could, kind of promote and scale up into. Wasn't something that I really wanted to do. Then I found dividend investing. Dividend investing led to real estate investing. Real estate investing led to me getting out of the military because I genuinely just had no more time to balance both real estate and military, especially being active duty. So then I got out of the military, was doing real estate, and also started creating content. I was creating content around like general finance stuff, the basics, and it wasn't anything really unique, right? It was just something that I was just talking about my journey with. Millions of people were talking about the same stuff. There was nothing that really stood out to me specifically. And then I got into crypto. Everyone, I'm sure a lot of people here know me from crypto when I started bleeding into the crypto space. Got really interested in it. Then I found out this isn't for me either. After after a lot of fun events that happened many years ago. And then that's what led me into trading. Now, I was dabbling in trading for a very long time, even while I was starting to dip my feet into crypto and doing it very terribly. And it wasn't until Cyril. So shout out to Cyril. I'm sure a lot of people know Cyril.
Yeah, we've had him
he is a really good. Yeah. He's a really good friend of mine. I met him in person. We hung out, had a whole weekend together. Really amazing guy. And he just kept on nailing me, dude. You need to take this serious. You need to try trading for real. Kept on because of just who I was, how I was. I would really enjoy being disciplined. And that's what led me into trading and really taking it serious. And through many blown accounts, many failed trading strategies, and many failed prop firms, that's what led me to here, where once I started finding consistency, once I was like, okay, I'm actually starting to understand how to be profitable in this space, that's what led me to create. And I said, you know what? I can't make trading content on a channel that I made personal finance and crypto content about. It's just not going to bleed over well. And as you know, YouTube is very ruthless if you build a niche in one section and then try to switch to another. So I bit the bullet, created a whole new YouTube channel, a whole new brand, everything around just trading. And that's what led me to people started seeing me trade live, and they were like, hey, you should get a Discord. Made a Discord, created the Pack Trade Group. Why I called it the Pack Trade Group, because I've always wanted to build a small exclusive tribe of entrepreneurs. Never knew how I was going to come and make that into a fruition. So it was kind of like in the back of my head. And then once I started falling in love with trading, and once I started seeing success from it, I was like, okay, this is my sign that I think I should probably create something around trading. I should probably create a small tribe of people that really want to do this professionally long-term. That was another big key factor, was do this professionally, not being a degenerate trading signals and, all that nonsense.
Click up.
Yeah. 100x leverage. You get it all. And then that's what I called it, the Pack Trade Group, because we're a small pack of people. I'm not trying to hype this up. We make money. Absolutely. But you got to put in the work as well. Right. And so that's where I'm at today. That's my story.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I've heard that, but I appreciate you telling it for the rest of the gang. So in my story with this is I obviously reached out to Austin when he started this up, because for whatever reason, we've kind of seen each other around in the space. I mean, obviously I attached when you had your Legion group or whatever, I really, as much as I'm older, I definitely look at you as a mentor when it comes to the trading side of things. I really liked how you handle yourself. You got into the space before me. So you were one of the people that I kind of was attracted to in a sense of your style, your philosophies, your ideals, your integrity, all those kind of things were what spoke to me, because it's the type of person I am. And we definitely have some similarities in our way of doing things and our way of problem solving / analyzing things, or I guess is the best way to put it. So I definitely appreciated you allowing me in, and I've kind of done what I can to help. I look forward to helping more inside the group, because I just think there's tons of value that you've been adding to the people, how we've even changed our trading styles, and every so often somebody finds one that works so well for them, and they keep going with it even when you move on to something else. So all those kind of things have been really neat to see evolve inside there, because man, I know I was kind of late sort of getting into the group, but I mean, it's been going for over a year now, I think, eh?
This June will make a year. So yeah,
Okay,
we're
just
coming
about,
up.
yeah.
We're coming up on it. Yeah.
Nice. So, and I mean, as much as I am not making money, I know it's my fault that I'm not making money. And I'm happy to be not making money because the journey has been, I mean, I think oftentimes people give up too easily on this kind of stuff, right? You start doing something, you fall a couple of times, and then you're like, I'm not. This isn't for me. I can't do it. I'm not gonna. But
Yep.
my journey in DeFi has, in period, in DeFi or in this space as a YouTuber, whatever, has been. I don't care how many times I fail. I'm going to find a way to make something work in this space. And as much as trading's not this space, I guess I still kind of bring it all together in a sense. And so I've finally been turning around, and my confidence level is increasing drastically. The different tools that we're using are speaking more to me as we've evolved them. Each one has been more my style, which has been nice to see. And I think that's been similar for a few people. I mean, even Danny, for instance, I think he and I have been very similar, and he's finally starting to make money. And I think he's been frustrated too, but gotten back up. And he does your morning session before you get in there and has been very good at helping everybody in that space. I don't know where exactly I was going with all that, but I think there's some value to everything I just said. So what, I guess, a quick pitch, I guess, of what the value is to being in the group. Not that we're trying to sell anything, as Austin said earlier. I just think I personally found value in what I've been doing and learning inside that space. And so I guess I want people to at least know what they're getting for that. I think it's usually $60 a month, if I'm correct, right?
It's 60. Yeah.
Yeah. To being part of that group. And you're only taking small amounts of people, and you'll only grow that, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, as you've gotten the first set of people kind of thing in the group and learning. And so that you're only really taking small little groups to make sure everybody has the attention that they need to learn this stuff, because it does take time and effort. So what value is in the space, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at there in what you're doing in there.
Yeah. Basically, the first time I ever thought of like making a trade group, I sat and looked at what's other people doing, because I got to give people this context. I always have been going against the grain. Like every industry, everything that I've ever invested in, everything that I've always been just a rebellious at. Like I've been a rebel at heart. Like I hate following structure. I hate following rules. Joined the military for almost 7 years, so it's kind of ironic. And I hate doing the status quo, because in my view of life, I think that there's never a left and right limit. Like I think there's always another way of doing something. It's just it either hasn't been discovered yet, or people are too scared to go down that route, or both. And so when I seen people creating these trade groups on Discords and stuff like that, they were either just signals. There's no personality. There's no soul in the game at all. Like there's nobody actually, like it's just a mix of everything. And so I created the group for one, to show and to put my money where my mouth is. So I live trade 4 to 5 days a week, sometimes 5 days a week when I do my bonus trade sessions, and everyone can see I do exactly what I preach. I trade exactly what I'm saying to trade. I never give signals. I do it to show, not for people to copy trade me, to show that one, I mean exactly what I say, and two, I'm showing up every single day, whether you want to or not. So if I can do it and make it through all this, and there's so many people in the Discord as well that literally have full-time jobs, full-time actually military. I have military people in there, truck drivers, entrepreneurs, business owners. You name it, there's a small little niche of people in there. So one of the main values is that. And the second one is surrounding yourself with people. I mean, I can't tell you how easier it is to learn something when you surround yourself with the people that you want to be a part of, and they're doing the same thing. The biggest thing with that is like, go and look at all these other trading Discord groups. Like go for it. Go and check them out. And I implore you to take notes of every single one of them and see if everyone is in a collaborative environment, or if everyone's like just picking what they can for themselves. Like, what'd you do? What's your stop loss? Where's your take profit? Are we long? Are we short? Like they're just absolutely going crazy. Like no one's actually like, Pocket asks a question. Hey man, well, have you done this? Like everyone just wants to see each other succeed because, one, we're a small group. We're not sitting here accepting hundreds of people. So that's another one. Another one is we have my tools. You were, I think I seen you showing off one of my indicators.
Yeah.
So we have, tools out there that I created with my developer that we've done some really cool stuff with, and we keep on doing really cool stuff with. So to kind of summarize it all, you see me live trade 3 to 4 to 5 days a week. You get access to my indicators, no upcharge or anything like that. If I ever create anything new, I'm never going to be like, okay, you got to pay an additional $10. No upcharges. And the reason why I'm doing them in chunks of like 50 is I've been doing this since the beginning. When I first opened up the Discord, I think I capped it at 30. And then once those 30 people were starting to get a foundation, I raised it to 60. And then I capped it at 60. And then once those people were starting to get the ball rolling and build progress, I capped it to 100. And then those were the OGs where, they're always going to be the same thing. They got access to everything that I do. And then we did that for like a month or two. And then I was like, okay, let's open this up to even more people to just keep on slowly growing this Discord. So again, I'm not here to try to make money off your subscription fees, but I'm also not going to, because I respect my time, I'm not going to give you my time for free. So I meet in the middle with a very affordable price. Go to WAP and go look up 90% of the live trading Discords, $100 to $200 to $500 a month. I seen a $500 a month one just for signals, not even live trading, for signals. And people are paying it. You know, so this is all the kind of the little nuances. We can get into it, but most importantly, I want to build a group of people that I want to surround myself with. I want to turn into professional traders as well, because selfishly, I want to have people 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 years down the road that I can be like, I see Jason's in the chat. Jason's I see Phillips in the chat. Yep. Like, I can be like, hey, Jason, dude, you want to go? Or I can just say, hey, Pack Trade Group, I want to invest in this syndication and I need $100,000. I need $500,000. And I know that these traders have this money because they've been building it for 5 to 6, 7 years. I don't have to sit here and go and mess with it or anything, right? Like, when you surround yourself with a tribe of entrepreneurs, I mean, your imagination is the ceiling of anything that you can do in life. So that's another reason. Exactly. That's another benefit. God knows what's in store for the future.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've hit a lot of the stuff that I was gonna say too, and I appreciate it. And like I said, I wouldn't have you on the channel if I didn't feel there was lots of value in what was going on there. And you give more of your time away than I think is even needed for the value component of it, I guess, which is hugely appreciated. And like I said, the signals, all this other stuff that you keep adding to and growing from is amazing. We will take another quick interruption because Hidden is in the house, so we will add him over. Good day, sir.
Good evening. How's it going?
Good day. So is Parb live?
Parb is live.
There we go. So yeah, Hidden had to come in a little bit late because he is launching his own project, which we've talked about before already on here. Yeah, so I mean, we're kind of double booked, triple booked today, but that's okay. We can handle it. I will get to that in a second there, Benjamin. Anything that we need to go through Hidden on PR? Otherwise, we'll get back to trading and then maybe end on some PR stuff afterwards.
Nope, we'll circle back around to PR.
So. Awesome. So Benjamin, the group name, I did put the Discord just a couple of shots up if you see there. So that's if you want to come to the Discord for free. There is a lot of value even in the free side of things. The midnight retracement tool that I showed earlier, that is something that Austin kind of created based on, well, you can tell that story in a second, I guess. That's in there for free. There's training videos in there for free. That's a great way for me personally. I find that really handy in the sense that you get to know the person you're potentially paying for input, advice, or learning, all that kind of stuff. Because the one thing I will find when it comes to learning this stuff, I've tried a bunch of different places. There's definitely others that I've found value in, but this is the one I gravitated to. This is the one that gave me what I needed to help me work on my psychology, work on my discipline, work on all the different things I needed to become successful. Because I had done a bunch of different things. I even, while learning this, spread myself out in a few different things, just thinking I needed to do that to find myself. But I can tell you now, 90% of my time trading is spent inside the pack trading group and spent with this guy and with the rest of the team that's there. And it's definitely reaping rewards, and now finally doing really, really good. And that's our little beeper going. I should have those turned off, I guess, but because I'm not going to trade any of this stuff today.
Oh, was that
right
you? Because I think mine went off too.
Oh, there you go. It was an oil. I didn't turn off my oil buy.
So. I thought it was me.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah. So the Discord's up there. Down below in the description of the video is my link to, if you wanted to get in on it, there is a code with the word pocket that gets you 25% off your first month. But again, take your time, go ahead and watch some of the videos. See if Austin is a guy that speaks to you, because I think that's so important when it comes to learning this stuff. You can't learn from somebody you don't either A, respect, or B, just have some type of an attachment to in some way, that they speak your language, so to speak, quote unquote, kind of thing. And I guess we did get interrupted, and I don't think I went into it that much, so I wanted to go back to that. Benjamin was kind of asking what programs for trading and stuff. I know for myself right now, I have a Top Step account, so I'm using actually trading directly on TradingView. So there is a annual fee for TradingView. I usually recommend people go monthly until Black Friday, and then buy a year. And then keep buying a year of Black Friday. And then I use Top Step, which for me is $150 a month for $150,000 of trading capital. And you have to pull that account from 150,000 to 159 in order to get funded and start trading with real money. My account right now, which I showed you guys earlier, I didn't mean to remove. I want to start sharing, add to stage. So my account right now, I've actually got it at 156.5, so I'm almost at halfway to 157.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Almost funded. Let's go.
Yeah, so we're getting there. And today, as you can see, I made, it already reset. Today, I think I screenshotted to Austin, but I actually started with a loss right away. I did not take the right trade I should have. I tried to make a call myself without sticking to my discipline and my plan. And I lost $250 right away, but I ended up making it back and ended the day at $400, which was a nice little day to have. So I'm moving on to that, making that to 159, and then I go from there. Austin, you use a couple other different things, I think, along with that. Did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
I mean, as far as like trading programs, if they're talking about just like software, guys, you can get into trading relatively cheap. I mean, you can get a free TradingView account. You don't have to pay for it. But here's one thing that I tell everyone is it takes money to make money. I mean, you got to invest in your craft. Like if you were to go and be a barber, right? Are you going to be like trying to find the cheapest tools and no, you want to have a good customer experience. It's the same thing here, right? Like, can you trade with a free TradingView account? Sure. You don't have to have 10 plus indicators and all that stuff. You don't have to have it. But when you get like the premium TradingView, you get more candles, you get more data, you get unlimited unexpired alerts. Like there's little tools and stuff. But if you just want to start to build a foundation to learn, you can get very cheap. You can get a free TradingView account to learn, and there's a paper trading account there that you can demo trade with. You don't have to go anywhere outside of TradingView. You can use Google Sheets to journal your trades, or you can just use a pen and paper, however it clicks with your mind. But that's basically it. And then don't even worry about like what Pocket just said. Don't even worry about prop firms. I tell people this all the time. Don't even worry about trying to make a dime. Like your first year, and if this makes you feel, I guess, overwhelmed or like you're scared, don't let that be a factor between you trying to start to trade. But don't even expect to make $1 your first year, even your first 2 years. Like if you make money, that's a bonus, but don't expect it. The only thing you should be expecting in the first 1 to 2 years is pay your tuition, put in the chart time, put in the hard work, and then you have a lifetime of building a skill that can scale you endlessly. And I really wish more people didn't let that become a factor that limits them, because again, this is an industry that can really change your life for the better and change your family's lives for the better if you allow it to, and if you respect that it can. But if you don't, and you're just constantly chasing for a win, then
exactly.
It may not be the industry for you, and that's totally fine. Not everyone is made to trade,
Yep. And Benjamin asks, so what about if I'm American? So with the stuff that we do is it's actually mostly futures, which is regulated very nicely in the States. And there's things like Top Step, like Apex. Like there actually is properly legitimate trading platforms for you to do and use in America, in the States. So you don't have to worry about those things for those. We're not trading crypto, although I guess some people do. I think some of them have done Bitcoin a little bit and stuff like that. It's just the volume on the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, the oil, all that stuff. The volume is what you need for this kind of stuff. And you're going to get that from these much larger Forex / securities and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry
trillions of dollars versus millions.
Exactly. So,
and when it comes to that, like, because I know a lot of your audience is crypto, don't let that deter you. Like a lot of people that are crypto enthusiasts, they think that learning this is like learning another language or something because it's traditional finance instead of crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the same thing. The candles are the same thing. They print candles on the chart. It's the same thing. Exactly. The only difference is, I'm telling you, because I came from trading Ethereum and Bitcoin, that's where I found profitability, was Bitcoin and Ethereum. I came from the worst asset to try to trade because of how crazy and manipulated it is into NASDAQ and Dow Jones. And it was like a breath of fresh air. I was like, holy crap, it respects this support and resistance even more than, dude, Elon Musk can say something stupid and Bitcoin just takes a nosedive. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, and that's the other thing. I think a lot of people don't realize how less stressful trading in futures and what we're doing. Like I have so much less stress now that I have learned and moved to futures and created these systems inside my brain. I needed systems. I can't do this touchy-feely, look at the chart, see some like all the different indicators and go, okay, I think it's going to go up. Like every time I say that, it does the opposite. So I need systematic approaches to this stuff, which is what we do in here. And it's really been what's helped me learn this. And I never, it was like my journey from going from TradFi / corporate world into DeFi and finally making that a job. And then now turning myself into a quote unquote trader. I mean, life is just so much better when you're doing this stuff for yourself and learning it and taking the bulls by the horn and just really digging in. I mean, the amount of fulfillment you get from this is insane. Again, not for everybody, but I definitely have found some value in it. So, so we're almost at the hour mark. Does anybody else have any questions and stuff that you'd like to ask? Austin, was there anything else you'd like to do while you're here? Did you want to look at a chart for a minute and go through kind of something? Or I mean, we can always do another day together. We can even do something, maybe you and I during the day on my channel instead of yours one time, just to kind of possibly invite a little different audience to the show, where we're actually live trading, because it's kind of hard right now. I mean, obviously back testing we could do, but and guys, any questions, get them in now. Otherwise, we will probably switch gears and give Hidden some time on some PR talk. But I don't want to sell Austin short here and give him a chance. So sorry, I asked a question and then babbled. So
I mean, I was the one that was late, so it's totally fine. But yeah, we could do some trading, dude. We can do whatever you want. The biggest thing is, guys, if you're new, if you don't know who I am as a trader, or if you are wanting to learn how to trade, pay $60 to try it for a month. Yeah. Because the biggest thing that I want you all to understand is, one, this is being capped. This isn't a marketing tool. I'm not sitting here being like, get in now, get it. No, like once it's capped at these next 50 members, I don't know when it's going to be. It could be 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. I don't know. Yeah. But when it comes to this, you just have to understand that it takes work. It takes time. And people that didn't know what a candlestick was 8 months ago are now funded traders. Am I saying that's going to happen to you? No, because they put in the work and they've been back testing like their lives depend on it. And now they're funded and building payouts. And so the thing that you have to understand is, do you want this? And do you want to become a trader that builds a skill that no one else can take away from you? Because that's the biggest thing. And that's what I tell people, especially in crypto. If you're in crypto and you are sick of being rugged, you're sick of putting projects or putting money into risky projects or whatever, because I did it. I've been through it. I speak from experience. dude, I was sick from these random anonymous nerds out there taking my money when I can just literally go learn how to create money myself and scale it that no one can take away from me. So I may take a loss, but I will never, like, unless Elon Musk creates a memory wiping tool or something in the brain chip that he's making, this skill is going to be with me for the rest of my life. You know, like, and I'm only getting better. And so people, and I'll end with this, people will literally go into debt 40, 50 to hundreds of thousands of dollars for 4 years with zero income, zero return on that money, just to go get an entry-level salary job. But when it comes to trading, they're worried of putting a year in of hard work. So, and this isn't something you have to do 8, 9, 10 hours a day. You know, like, yeah, you got to put in the work, but people have jobs in the pack trade group doing this. So, yeah, but I'd love to, we could hop on a chart. We could, I could share my screen and go over some of the stuff, whatever you want. I can.
Yeah, if you want to share your, because I tried to share my screen and did a little bit of stuff, but I'm sure I confused people more than helped them. So if you want to do a little walkthrough, and then we'll head over to PRB and end the show on that. So yeah, show us your stuff and how you take a look at charts, so people can kind of see and get a little feel for who you are and how you work.
So Pocket was talking about oil, so let's just rock out some oil here. So I want to preface this with, again, for the people that they're not coming from the pack trade group, they're just here learning. Once you start going down the rabbit hole of learning how to trade, you need to understand everyone thinks they know how the market moves. Everyone thinks that their strategy is the best. And in a way, I understand it, because when you trade, you have to have a certain level of confidence about your entries. And so sometimes what people do is, one, they're either just trying to sell you, or two, maybe they're being genuine, but they feel so confident in their strategy, but they don't understand that they're talking to other people that, oh, my camera went off, that strategy just may not work for you. So just understand, there is no golden time frame. There is no golden indicator. There is no special anything. There are hundreds of ways of being profitable on these charts. This is a way, not the way. And if anybody tries to tell you there's only a certain way that you can do this, they are trying to sell you something, or they're naive and they don't have enough experience in the charts. So how I trade is I trade from statistical analysis. I use data. And what I mean by that is, if you all go to Google, you'll be able to search Gaussian distribution, or just distributions in general. All it is it's going to show you a big fancy curve like this. And if you're a math nerd like me, you probably already know what I'm talking about. But basically all this means is, if you were to ask the human race, the entire human race, if you were just to be like, what do you eat do you eat breakfast in the morning? I don't know, something like that. You would have, mathematically, systematically, you would have people from all around the world. You would have a primary distribution. You would have people on the outside here, and then you would have outliers. Doesn't matter what statistic you have. Everything in this world is ran off of statistics and data. Everything. There's not one thing in this world that doesn't have some sort of distribution and a give and a take. Even my live streams that I go trading on. It's actually funny. I was looking at it the other day. If you go on my live recordings on my YouTube channel, you'll see I go live roughly about 2 hours and 17 minutes. But sometimes I have a great day and I'm done in an hour. Sometimes I go a little bit over. That's a distribution. There's a mean, and then there's an outlier here, and there's an outlier here. The market's the same way, right? The market only moves in statistical distributions, because data is data, because data creates data. It's like a yin and a yang. It can't be one without the other. So I trade based on, in a very simple form, if I know that price is going to retrace to a certain level on my chart every single day, because if I go to the hourly time frame, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. This is the tool that Pocket was referencing called the Midnight Snap. Now, this is free. You can get this tool that's about to pop up here. You can get this 100% free. There's multiple ways to go access it. You can go on my YouTube channel in the description of any of my videos and access it. You can go to my Discord and access it in the free education channel. Hundreds of ways to do it. But all this is showing us is it's so funny, is a goofy little line here. You see this little line? These little lines, all this is showing me is the midnight open. When price opens at midnight New York. That's it. And all I'm measuring with this indicator down here is how many times out of a certain amount of period does price retrace to this goofy, stupid little line. That's it. And then now I take it one step further, because you'd be like, well, okay, well, Austin, how do I get into that trade? How do I enter into a trade retracing to midnight? Now, please keep in mind, I'm talking specifically about certain assets. Do not be like, Austin just revealed the Bible of trading, and now I can do this with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, anything in the world. No, this is specific to these assets. You have to go and do the research yourself. But for oil, right, we got a 57.2% probability, because out of 2.8 years of data, which is 1,036 days, we have between the hours of 8 to 11:15, we have literally retraced to this level here. So that's my statistic. Now I use liquidity. What's liquidity? This is helpful for you even if you are in crypto, because when you're in crypto, if you're trying to analyze a good buying opportunity or a good dollar cost average for a long-term hold, you need to know where the people are buying, the people that are moving the chart, that are creating the candlesticks, right? I like to call them footprints. I do not know if this is an actual term. I created it. So Pocket, if you use it, you have to pay me a royalty. So all this are these impulsive wicks on the chart. And I challenge, if you're new to trading, go do this yourself. I'm promising it's going to open your eyes to how you see price. All you're looking at is these giant wicks here. I'm on the hour time frame, 1H. And all this is showing me is objectively where people that are able to move the market is buying. And you can see what happened when price came back into this giant liquidity footprint, this huge wick. When it came back into it, it exploded. And in addition to it exploding, where did it retrace to at a certain point of time? So this is just a little snapshot of how I trade and what I do. There's way more in depth. If you want to join the Pack Trade Group and learn more, you can. I don't want to take up too much of Pocket's time. But this is kind of how I trade. I just use liquidity. I just use statistics. And I'm sitting here telling you this for free. Why? Because I'm not going to put education behind a paywall. Because guess what? I can give each and every one of you a 100% win rate strategy. And I'll leave you with this. Why is trading hard? Because if it's this easy, everybody should do it, right? Because no one is, like, 90% of this world is just undisciplined and weak-minded. And I don't say that arrogantly. I don't say that from a high horse perspective. I say that because it's 2024 and people can't even watch a 2-minute long video without going to TikTok. People are undisciplined. People, go look at the statistics of America. We're at the all-time highest of obesity rates. I mean, people just genuinely can't stick to something for a week to 2 weeks to 3 weeks. This is hard work, but once you put in the work, I didn't burn that many calories this morning. I don't know about you, Pocket, to make a decent amount of money. And so if you see on the top of my chart,
my coffee.
Exactly. I was consuming them too. I was consuming calories. So I don't focus on a golden strategy, because there is no golden strategy. What we focus on in the Pack Trade Group is psychology, discipline, and consistency, because this is what's called an edge. If you guys aren't very familiar with terminology in trading, this is an edge. An edge is useless if you can't even stick to it for a week. If you can't stick to a strategy for a week, then how are you going to get the returns of the strategy? Because you and I can trade the same exact way, but I could get different results than you, because I can stick to a model while you cannot. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what the Pack Trade Group is. I'm not selling some course. I'm not selling. Actually, I made a course on YouTube for free. Go check out my playlist, and that explains everything I have. And then if you want to join the Pack Trade Group, I'd love to see you in there. That is my skill.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. As I said, we probably have you on again, because, like I said, I've found a lot of value to what we've done. And I'll be on time next time. No worries. I will hold you to that. So I appreciate you giving some input here and some insight. Hopefully you guys have found some value to that. Like I said, come on by the Discord if you feel that, or take a look at some of the videos on his channel. If Austin kind of speaks to you in his style and his way of teaching, lots of comparisons and different things. He's an interesting guy to listen to talk, I'll tell you. And he's definitely passionate about certain things that may get your grinds gearing, like The Office or other things, but we won't get too far into that today.
We won't talk about how The Office is the best TV show known to man, but we'll talk
exactly. So yeah, so thanks so much, guys, and Funny Toro, thanks you as well, of course. Great guy in this space, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, dude, I've seen Funny Toro. Hold on,
everywhere.
I have seen. I have been in crypto in the space for quite some time, and I think Funny Toro is the one guy, the one username I see everywhere when it comes to crypto. So, dude, shout out to you, Funny Toro.
Yeah, he is. We actually met in Ohio. It's quite a good guy. So we had a good chat. Him, I, and James Pelton met in Ohio there. Probably would have met him had the Ohio trip actually, the second one actually happened, but that one got canceled. But so yeah. Who do I see to get the nudes to get off of my waiting list? If you come with Discord.
Oh, if he's probably talking about the WAP. So when you guys go sign up with the WAP link, you're going to get added to a wait list, and that's just for me to make sure that we get exactly 50 people. I don't want to just be like an inflow of people. So right after I get off this stream, Benjamin, if you join the wait list, anybody else, I'll be accepting you. You'll get an email from Discord. Just make sure you connect your Discord onto WAP. So as soon as I accept you, you'll get the role, and then I'll send you all a welcome message of kind of like an introductory of, how to get familiar with everything.
Yep. And yeah, the lives are probably the best way to start. Well, there's all videos that you want to get into. I'm going to clean up the Discord at some point. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and we keep doing half of it, and then Austin adds 50 other channels. So sooner or later I'll get that back and clean it up to make it good. So, and thank you for joining, Benjamin. So yeah, and Funny Toro appreciates good word. So we're going to switch gears a little bit and go into, and Austin, you're very welcome to stick around because there may be some other questions. If you guys do have any other questions about this, I have no issue bouncing back to this discussion because I can, when it comes to trading, actually, like I'm ready to do 8-hour days trading. I really like it that much. So I can talk about it, and the more I talk about it, the better I'll get at it, which I appreciate too. So Hidden, I think it's your turn.
Yes,
Put you up top. How are you?
Doing well. How's it going here?
Good. How did the launch go? Because PRB is out.
Flawless.
Flawless. Nice.
Yeah.
And Cyril's helping with that. So we actually talked about Cyril earlier, Austin. So actually Cyril's joined. I introduced Hidden and Cyril. And so they've actually helped create this new protocol, kind of like, what was it? Print Arb? No, Print Soul, sorry.
It's based off Print Soul.
Yeah. So
with a lot more in actual income.
Yeah, actual utility, getting involved in some projects that Flex are getting involved in, which are IRL businesses, all kinds of stuff. So Hidden, you can take the floor for a minute if there's anything you need to go through with the launch of that. I know my tokens are in my wallet, so do I need to do anything with that?
Buy more if you want more.
Oh, that's true. Yes. I have no money.
It's super cheap right now. I mean, I'm looking at it here. Cyril did some test transactions for $3. You got 141,000 PRs.
How much do I have? I think I need to figure that out. So
definitely worth, because don't forget when the NFTs come out, you are going to need about 500,000 PR per NFT to activate them.
Okay, I'll check what I have and I'll take a look at that later.
That's a good reminder on that. Everything went flawless. To be 100% honest, we don't expect a lot of movement right away, and that's just because we're grassroots. We haven't had any paid marketing. We'll get together. We'll do a video on it. Yeah. And then the other gentleman that you were hooking me up with, I'll send him the pitch deck and the information like that so he can do his video as well.
Cool.
And we'll get the ball rolling. Once we get the NFTs finished, that's when things are really going to start picking up.
Nice.
Real quick. So,
and where are people buying it right now? It was
Camelot.
Got the link you want to post it, or either send to me or whatever, and I'll get it to people. And so for now, right now, as people own the token, they are getting airdropped ARB.
Correct. So you buy PR, you hold it in your wallet. Every buy and sell will then distribute Arbitrum tokens back to your wallet.
There we go. So So easy peasy. And then from there, you guys, is there anything on the docket already of what you're putting some funds into?
So depending on how quickly the seed round goes for DEX, for Flex Perpetuals,
Yes.
I got to remember what it's called now.
I think I keep saying Flex Dex too, and I've got to change that video.
We're going to go into whatever stage they're at. So I would like to get in on the seed sale, but I have a feeling that's going to, once people get money over to Arbitrum, that's going to go quick.
Is there a max on that?
1.5 million is our cap.
Okay, and we're at almost 300, I think now. I didn't check actually since they launched, but so for everybody, if you haven't seen my video earlier today about that, so Flex is launching their own DEX called Flex Perpetuals.
Correct.
All right, on base. So I went, basically my video is kind of dry. It's not usually how I like to do videos, but there's really no website or anything yet, but it's using HMX's code. So it's battle tested code. And they're going to launch this DEX on base, which is one that doesn't have a whole lot of opportunities for trading like this yet. And then there'll be a liquidity pool, I think, on
Aerodrome.
Aerodrome. So Tet's saying, wait, I missed something. I will get to your question. Funny. On base, yeah, no, you're right. I don't think it was on base at first, but they changed that, I think, eh?
We did change it to base, which I'm glad we did because base is going absolutely parabolic right now.
Yeah. And sorry to you, Austin, for a quick second. It's funny saying that it was Pocket, right? Just POCKET for the code. Oh,
I was muted. I'm talking to WAP right now, so apparently we're waitlist because as soon as I accept it, they'll charge. You can't do that. So what I'm trying to do right now, I want to see if I can do it, is if I accept you, can I refund 25% back to you? So just give me 1 second. All right. I see Benjamin and Funny Toro is on the wait list right now. So give me 1 second and then I'll give you guys a good answer.
Perfect. So back to that. So we're on base now, which again, I think is a good call. So yeah, definitely good to go. The Wire would beg to differ. Is the Wire saying no good things are happening on base? What else? What else is there with PR? And I guess with the DEX, is there anything else we need to get into?
So we're doing that. We're going to do some LP farming. We're going to take about 20% of what we raise from the NFTs and really do professional marketing, get that flowing.
Yeah.
And then I'm also still working on the information and hammering out the details with a real world 3D printing firm.
Oh, that's right too. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So what we're trying to work out is pretty much PR would buy the printers, and then they would run them. And still figuring out the percentages. I'd like to be at least over 50%, but I'm working for more. Of their sales goes back to the NFT holders, and then we're going to divide that percentage-wise to do buyback and burns for the PR token, as well as straight dividends and then treasury wallet investments. So
nice.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the very least.
Nice. Yeah, and I'm gonna see. Yeah, nothing yet. Okay, so I guess, and in a way, sorry, I don't know where I was going there. Spaz alert all of a sudden. So yeah, and I think we got answered in the chat, but sorry, Funny, I was probably confusing it, but it's ARB is where PARB is going, but the DEX that Flex is doing is on base. So my bad for that confusion. He thought you should rename it to P base, but
I mean, eventually we are planning on going cross chain, so that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah. Just turn it like Flux nodes and start airdropping the different tokens on the different chains as we grow.
I actually have a good friend of mine who wants to get in on it, and he's a Algorand whale.
Oh, nice.
So he wants to bring PR over to Algorand, and he's a validator over there as well. So not only would we get the swaps and stuff like that, but he's also going to incentivize validating on his validator with PR. So
Cool.
we're working on figuring out how to make that work, because obviously it's not gonna send Arbitrum back. So we got to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Might have to be something manual that I would trade and swap over.
Yeah. Perfect. There, I think I'm on. They're sending stuff to Twitch too, so maybe we'll all of a sudden get sales because Twitch will just all of a sudden bots will buy on the contract, maybe out of curiosity.
Good, let them.
So there's the pair on Camelot decks, and then and the token there as well for you guys. Sorry, I forgot to drop that earlier. Other than that, guys, I mean, not too much happening in the space. I mean, crypto obviously as a whole is right now kind of going through a little bit of a dump-ish. I don't know if it's dumps, maybe not the right word, but it's definitely all over the board. A correction. There we go. That's probably a better, more kind word. So Nugget is doing well, but obviously our liquidity farming is doing okay, but obviously the trading is down a little bit, so we're probably going to see a minor correction on the price again on that one. But still loving the way that's going, the way it's being managed as a business, and being, I mean, we're diversified, unlike kind of a little bit more than things like Warfi, where it's just trading. This has liquidity management, trading, mining, kind of everything. And the nice thing is, because Marcelo had already been running that kind of stuff through Hybrid Bond, it kind of translates really well, and we kind of just take over some of the assets from Hybrid Bond and move them over to Nugget, which works out really well for it, because now it just sort of already has these assets without having to go buying them, setting them up, all that kind of stuff. So other than that, there's not a whole lot happening in the space. If you guys have any questions, please throw them up there. What's Austin throwing up? Are we going to a trade now?
I got Bitcoin here. You were talking about Bitcoin.
There you go.
Yeah, we actually, this is the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin. If we close back down here, we could go all the way back down to 56. We fail support there, we're dropping all the way back down to like 50.
Wow.
So this is going to be, if you guys want to take notes on your charts, this will be the level to watch for in the coming days / week.
Yep. Cray.
Bill is predicting 52, just so everybody knows. And anybody who knows Bill knows that's what's coming.
Yeah, awesome. Bill's like his guru when it comes to Bitcoin trading. He's kind of nuts, actually, what he can do with Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, if we break here, we could definitely see 52.
Yeah. And everybody's got to remember the BTC ETA. The Bitcoin ETF was just approved in China. So
which it's saying is priced in a little bit. There's not a whole lot because
they're dumping it. Same thing they did when it was first approved in the U.S. and BlackRock wanted to buy in. They're dumping it so the ETFs over in Hong Kong, China, wherever it is, can get in cheap.
Yep.
Next 3 months, we're going parabolic, 100K plus.
Let's go. So Investium, I quickly chatted about that earlier, Nathan. Really get info from the Discord. That's best right now, but and we'll go through stuff there. A lot of people I'm sure would want to score some more at 50,000 for sure if it gets there again. And yes, I have heard also Australia with ETFs, so it looks like they're going to be going around everywhere, which hopefully will help drive the price up in the long run. But for now, it looks like we're going through a tiny bit of pain, which happens. That is what it is. So any questions, guys? Other than that, we've gone over the time, which I was perfectly happy to do. Like I said, I wanted to make sure Austin had a chance, and I wanted to get through some trading stuff. And I'll be probably putting more content out about what I'm doing in this side of things now that I've gotten a little bit more confidence, gotten a little bit more of this stuff wrapped around. As you guys saw earlier, I'm still kind of, I know what I'm doing, but talking about it is a different story, and just making it coherent in a positive way. But I'm going to keep working on that. I don't mind making a fool of myself on videos because, well, that's what I do. But yeah, and if there's any other questions on any of that, please reach out. I see what you made that comment late, but The Wire is much better than The Office. There you go. You're going to trigger Austin now.
Oh my God, The Wire. Bro, The Wire better than The Office? I have to go Google The Wire. That's how relevant The Wire is compared to The Office.
Nice.
One last thing. Remember we were talking about Johnny Blockchain bots? I finally got some money over there, and I'm testing them out too. It's not much, so we'll see if they take all my money and run.
There we go. The Wire is one of the best shows ever. There you go. Look at that. We're started to divide now again. You know how to divide people, Austin.
Anybody that likes The Wire is not invited into the Pack Trade group. That's also why there's a wait list.
There you go. He said that The Wire is, or The Office is also good. There we go. And then you ask people whether it's the English one or the American one, and then you can get Austin really going. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much, Austin, for tagging along and coming on in to hang with us. And Hidden, good luck with Parb. I guess we'll meet up next week again. But if you want to do a video, even if you want to come on one with me, and we can record one for PR. But if you want to be able to be there to explain it better than I would on my own, then we can do that too. Just let me know in our DMs. Other than that, guys, if you want to hear Austin's famous saying, I'll let him close it out tonight, because you have a good one that you've always said at the end of all your videos. So.
Yeah, and also I see some people added to the wait list. So what I'm probably going to have to do for anybody that joins the wait list, didn't know this before, but you can't use promo codes on wait lists. So I will be able to accept you. It's going to charge the full amount, and then I'll do a partial refund of the 25% difference. So just know you'll be taken care of. I'll make sure to get that fixed for you guys. But yeah, like I said, at the end of every single one of my videos, stay grinding on your freaking goals and never let anyone tell you that you can't do something they have never done themselves. And I'll see you guys later. Have a beautiful night. Let's go make some money tomorrow.
Sounds good.